Hey, welcome back to our channel. My name is Samuel.
I'm Amanda.
And this is the Samuel and Amanda Show. So, where we talk about money, marriage, life, and no one better to talk about that than you, Amanda.
Okay.
Because, you know, you're super killing it. What have you been up to this week?
This week's been a fun week. We had family over, so our kids reunited with our nieces and nephews, so that was really, really nice. And we also reintroduced the bear to the kids. And
we did.
shared it on Instagram actually, and they love the bear now. So
the bear,
was really
if
cool.
anyone doesn't know, is a humongous bear outfit that I thought would be a nice idea that the kids would love, but actually it scared the living daylights out of them.
It backfired on us big time.
So now they have become friends with the bear.
Yes,
That's really good.
So did that and just sorting bits out for my new car, which I will reveal which electric car I went for.
Ooh, is it a Tesla? Is it an Audi? Is it a Merc? In fact, I actually don't even know for sure. But that's exciting. Cool.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
Cool.
What about you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a real family. It's been a real family week, actually, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So we yesterday went out for lunch. Oh, beautiful. I don't even know where it was. Where was that place?
It was in a place called Stirk Podges, I think that's how you pronounce it, but the hotel was called Stirk Place.
Anyway, it was amazing.
Lovely.
So I had a lovely lunch there with some family. And in really exciting news is that your parents are moving to the area, which is fabulous. So basically, we moved to Beaconsfield, Buckinghamshire, a couple of years ago, and Russell and Anna came, and now then your brother came to work on the business, and your brother and wife.
Yeah.
So it's like we're trying to bring everybody over this way. Now your parents are moving, so they've agreed to move, but I'm trying to make sure that it's totally sealed. So I'm currently trying to find them a house to live in, and then yeah, at the moment your mum's living with us for the short term while we find them a house, and then Dad's going to come down. So yeah, that's really exciting. We viewed a couple houses today. They both were terrible.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe the parking on one of them. The person who built those houses clearly got the planning to build the houses, but I mean, in terms of the road layout, when you're such a squeeze.
Driving into the road, we were in your Discovery Sport. If we'd have been in my range, we wouldn't have got through.
I know, it was so tight.
It was absolutely terrible.
I don't know how they got that approved, to be honest, because it was just like really, really.
When you're viewing properties as a property developer and investor, you kind of have a different expectation on properties. Okay, so last week we talked about how disappointed we were with the lack of questions from you guys. And as a result, we had loads and loads of really good questions. So I'm going to read out some of the questions from you. Okay. And while we're going through these questions, if you've got a question for me or for Amanda, if it's about money, marriage or life, go ahead. Comment your question below and we'll do our best to answer next week. So, okay. This is what Asake, I hope I pronounced that right, said.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Could you do a video on the top things you've learned from being married in general, and things that being married has taught you about yourselves and about each other?
Wow.
So go on, you go first.
Top things that we've learned together as a couple, or just me? Okay.
Whatever. What you've learned?
Well, that you have to really be selfless and put the other person first. So, yeah, just not being selfish. So, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it's easier when you're a team, when you're a two, if you think about the other person's needs and let them think about your needs, rather than you never
clash then, because you're both thinking of each other. Yeah. So I think that, and then also just communication as well, being a really, really big thing. Just always communicating how you feel, so you're on the same page. Not just
in I think that you asked about business as well, but it's the same in business. I think communication is really, really important. If something is bothering you, like what about the other day when you said to me about the bed sheets?
Oh yeah.
Tell them what.
Samuel loves to have a little lie on the bed in the afternoon. When I wake up in the morning, I make the bed straight away, and I like it to stay like that way.
She makes it like immaculate.
Yeah, so
like,
I make it
to the point where it looks like you're at a hotel and it's just wrapped up with all the pillows that we don't need. You know, what is the point? What is the point of these pillows? Please tell me.
Oh my goodness.
Do you ever sleep on these pillows?
No, but it looks nice. So I dress the bed and I make it look really nice. He comes up in the middle of the day, has a lie
She'll
down.
be upset about that right now.
And then, I know, that's really... But
I'll have to pick up the pillow after the filming finishes, and I'll have to put it back in the perfect spot.
Yeah, and then when I come up to bed at night, I like to come up and then it should be just, nice, and then you get into bed and then you feel good. But when I come upstairs and the bed's a mess, I literally just feel like it just really bothers me and it's not relaxing. A bedroom should be calm and relaxing all the time. So, yeah, so...
do you know what I call calm and relaxing?
Yeah.
Sleeping on it.
Yeah.
Not looking at it.
Yeah, I guess so, I guess
But I know what you mean. But here's the thing, right? So, I do have afternoon naps. Not even a nap. I like to work comfortably, so sometimes I'll be rushing around in that, and I'll be on Zoom meetings, but then if I've got like half an hour, I can just do some admin. I don't want to just sit in the office and do admin. I'm going to go up to my bedroom, have a little lie down, and just do some stuff on the laptop for half an hour or so, make a couple loose calls to some, like Russell or whoever, maybe have a little nap. But then I will sometimes either not make the bed at all, or make it, but very badly.
Yeah, very badly.
Probably not make it at all, really.
Probably not make it. It's just funny. It's just funny.
Mandy said to but I wasn't even aware I was doing it, because in my mind I'm just thinking, well, I don't know. I wasn't even thinking. So then, but anyway, the point, communication.
Communication, yeah.
You didn't get upset about it.
No.
You didn't go in a mood about it. You just said to me, you know what, Samuel, it really bothers me when you mess the bed up. Can you kind of put it at least half back when you do it? That would make me feel much better. So when we come up in the evening to the bedroom, it looks just nice. And I was like, oh, so that's communication.
Yeah.
But then in terms of putting the other person first, I could have been thinking, oh, what's the problem? And argued.
The bed's there to be laid in type thing.
Yeah, but obviously, I'm saying that now, but I'm kind of just kidding around.
Yeah.
But in reality, when you said it, well, I'm just like, okay, well, that's fine. So ever since now, I make the bed after having a nap.
Now I don't even know when he's been in, because it's always just immaculate.
So that's how good I am as a bed maker. So I think lessons, for me, I think, putting the other person first, but also communication. And in business, same story. If a member of staff is doing something that you've got a problem with, and I had this just last week, there's a member of staff, very senior, that was doing something that I wasn't happy with, I wasn't comfortable with, and I said to you, I'm like, oh, I'm not really comfortable with that. And I could have spoken to different people about it and thought about it and gone through the contracts and this, that and the other, and then tried to lay the law down, but I didn't. I just picked up the phone and just went, oh, I'm not actually super comfortable with this. Can we have a conversation? Where are you at? What do you think? And it was solved like within 5 minutes. They were like, oh, my bad, I didn't see it like that. And it was just fine. There was no conflict, there was no disciplinary meeting, there was no managers having to come into it. I think sometimes just quick communication in a non-emotional way.
Yeah.
You didn't say to me, I'm so annoyed about the bed.
No.
It's just like, oh, hey, is there any chance that when you mess the bed up, you can kind of put it back best you can?
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel much better. That's communication, combined with putting the other person first. I think that's the biggest lesson.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's many, many more. Okay, Brandon Bentley says, what role does your wife play, I guess this is a question for me, in your business? Well, it's not my business, it's our business. Also, what was one of the first things you bought when you became a millionaire? Okay, so what role does my wife play in our business? Well, I guess you can say you work on the development side of the business.
Yes, I do. But you also, I don't think you've seen our first episode, because we actually talked about this in a bit more detail. But yes, I work more on the development side and also managing and looking after our personal portfolio as well. So
we've got two portfolios. We've got our personal property portfolio, which is all the properties that I accumulated before we got married.
Yeah.
And then also we continued maybe a year or two, we did continue buying. But around about 2016, when the tax changes and all that happened, we then began investing differently. So now we have a development company where we buy land and build houses and all that kind of stuff. You help with that a bit. You help Ben and you work, but you're responsible for heading up the personal portfolio.
Yeah.
And also, I see Amanda's a business partner, so to me, if I'm having to make any decision in the business, if there's anything that, or where should we go, what should we do, we discuss it together, don't we? So, Mandy's like an advisor of the board. An advisor of the board. What was one of the first things you bought when you became a millionaire? Well, I became a millionaire at age 25. I can't. The thing is, when you become a millionaire, it's not like you go from broke to suddenly like boom, you got £1 million in the bank.
Yeah.
It's more of a. Before you're a millionaire, your net worth is going to be 950,000, right? And then before that, it'll be 900,000, and it happens a little slowly. So I'd been in property for many years before I became a millionaire. So when you say what was the very first thing you bought, if I'd have won the lottery, you know, that would be a different story, but it took years to become a millionaire. So I imagine, were we millionaires when we went to California? I imagine we probably were by that time.
Yes, I think we were, yeah.
Just after we got married.
Yeah.
So that's probably the first, to be fair, that was probably the first really splash holiday. I bought a Range Rover. I bought the, well not, it wasn't the big one I drive now, but I went from I literally went from a Dacia. When I got the Range Rover Evoque, which is not a massively impressive car, I think they're worth about 50 grand. But for me,
I'd say that was probably your first big.
Yeah, it was, yeah, because before then, I'd always, even when we got married, I'd always lived really below my means. So I had a portfolio of lots of houses, but I lived very frugally. Like when we first met, I was living in Astbury Close in the Turnberry, which was nicer area than I grew up in. It was a nice part of Bloxwich, but it was just a 2-bed terrace house. Yeah. So, you know, I was financially free. I had a portfolio of quite a lot of houses. I was a property millionaire, but I wasn't a net millionaire. So yeah, we went, and then I think it was probably when I became a millionaire, to be fair, when I was like, right, I'm going to start, and we got married. Yeah. I was, you know, a millionaire. When we started spending a bit more money, I got a nicer car. You got an upgrade.
I did.
I know. I bought you an Audi just before we got married.
Yeah, before we were married.
Anyway, I say bought. We leased that. Yeah. It's hard. Sometimes I forget. Like my Range Rover now, I bought, but sometimes I think I lease it. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter. What's the difference? You just have it.
Still, yeah. I know what
it's just something that you use. You know. So yeah, California holiday. We spent, I think, 26 grand.
Yeah.
26 grand on that holiday. We were there for a month, which is quite. We stayed at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and so it wasn't a ridiculous amount of money to spend. Not like some of the more recent holidays,
I know.
like Dubai. Oh my, we spent 60.
Oh, Dubai.
I think we spent 60 something, just under 70 grand on that holiday.
So expensive in Dubai.
So
it's nice.
It's a gradual thing. It's hard to say like now I'm a millionaire and then I just bought this. Best thing you've ever bought though? Nicest thing?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it hard to say?
Yeah, it's hard
to say.
You
like your bags?
I can't think. I do love bags, but you've always got me bags as a gift. So. Yeah. But yeah, I'd probably say bags. That's what I've always invested in.
Oh, this is a tough one to answer.
Oh, go on.
Well, for me anyway, I don't know what you'll have to say. If we're watching you on YouTube, who are you watching on YouTube?
Ooh, okay, I can answer this because I watch YouTube all the time.
Go on.
So I love Lydia Dinger on YouTube. She's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
I also watch Only Bells.
Yeah, awesome.
And they just do like lifestyle. Lydia Dinger's recently done a renovation on her property. She bought her first property, so I've been watching that. That's been good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, those two. Yeah, I'd probably say they're my most two watched channels.
Oh no, who do I watch on YouTube now? Oh man, I don't really know.
I don't know what you watch. You watch
I watch boring stuff.
Yeah, Samuel watches boring
I watch like
things.
a lot of debates.
Yeah, debates.
Political debates. Like Jordan Peterson. I watch Jordan Peterson. I watch, oh man. It's really hard.
It is hard because
I watch documentaries. Go on.
Sometimes you watch pranks, but that's like.
I do watch prank videos. I love prank videos. We watch Ownage pranks.
Yeah, Ownage pranks is so funny. Yeah, we love that together.
Oh jeez.
What else do you watch? That's so strange. Actually, I can't think. But it's usually just random videos that you watch.
There's no like one channel that I watch religiously.
No, there isn't.
I like educational stuff. That's why I like documentaries. But yeah, I'll have to have a think on that.
Wow, that's quite funny.
I watch quite a lot of TikTok videos as well these days. I like TikTok videos, but again,
his TikTok videos again. Like if I go on his TikTok, it's just all like politics and just things like
not necessarily politics, like economics.
Yeah, economics. Like it's so weird because I'm like, how is this TikTok? Because it just doesn't seem like TikTok. My TikTok is like people dancing, people cooking. His is totally different to mine. It's like a more mature version of TikTok.
All right.
Grown-up TikTok.
All right. Brandon Bentley. Oh, we read that one already.
Yeah.
All right. James PL. What is your advice on gaining a successful mindset? Go ahead.
Oh, I think you'd be best at answering this, but I'd probably say coming from a place of abundance and not constantly thinking like, oh, I'm broke, or oh, I'm less than, oh, I can't do this. Like, just coming from a different space. So approaching things in a way that you'll, I was going to say attract, I don't want to say attract, but where you'll, can you think of what I'm trying to say?
I think look, what you focus on expands.
Yeah.
So in terms of successful mindset, how do you have a successful mindset? One of the things I'll say is you can choose what you think about. You can choose what you think about, and what you think about then will make you feel a certain way and act in a certain way. So how do you have a successful mindset? Probably by choosing to have positive thoughts, to consume your mind with positive stuff, you know, rather than watching trash on YouTube, you know, like cooking shows and, you know, dancing and stuff like that.
You're so cheeky. There's a time and a place.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, that obviously isn't trash. But a lot of people watch trash, watch gossip on TV, and you know, the latest celebrity who's got cellulite, and oh, look at this. That's just nonsense. If you fill your mind with that kind of stuff, you're not going to have a very fulfilled, successful life. Whereas if you fill your mind with positive stories and educational things and focus on that, I just think that's probably the best way to get yourself in a good mindset. And
also who you hang around with.
Yeah.
So if your friends or whoever are not of that same, and they're just like different to what you want to be, then I probably wouldn't hang out with them. 2
more questions. Number 1. Liam Barlow. These are all from guys. These questions are all from guys. Will you send your kids to private school? I imagine you will, but there are many reasons, as I'm aware you didn't go to private school yourself. Ironically, I actually did go to private school myself. However, there's a big however, it was not a private school that you would imagine as a private school. The reason it was private, it was because more a case of my mom is a committed Christian. We're also Christians, but she wanted me to go to a school. She didn't believe in some of the things that were being taught in state schools, so she put me into a Christian private school. Education-wise, I mean, I don't want to sound harsh, but you could easily argue that it was probably worse than a state school in terms of like the quality of the support, the quality. It was there was a lot of people in the school that weren't that smart. I was probably average at the school, and I was really bad academically. So although it was private, it wasn't what you'd imagine when you think of a private school where, you know, it's really academic and great and whatnot. Not to say it was bad. It wasn't bad, but yeah. It was alright. It was called Emmanuel Christian School. In fact, it still runs today, so you can check it out and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's changed.
Maybe it's changed.
Would we send you went to private school though?
I did. I went to
a better private school than the private school
I went to a private school, but this was in Zimbabwe, and it was a really, really good school where I went. The president's daughter actually went to the same school, so it was a really good school.
I would say we probably will send our kids to private school, but to be honest, they're quite young at the moment, so it's not really something that we've majorly discussed.
But also, I think, yeah, where we live, there's also really good grammar schools as well, so...
Oh, I don't really know.
I don't know yet, neither.
And I'm not really even thinking about it. Right now, we've just been, you know, thinking about, I guess, us.
I mean, all about us.
No, what I mean is, like, we've moved to the area we want to move to. We've been bringing our family down. I've not really been thinking about it too much. But yeah, I would want them to go to a good school for sure.
Yeah, I want them to have a good education.
And again, would we send them to uni and stuff? Well, I don't think you send your kids to uni. That's their decision. What we would do is we want to give our kids the best education that we can, and then when they get to 16, then they can choose, do they want to stay on, do they want to go to uni, and it all depends on what they want to achieve. If they want to be a doctor or a lawyer, then they're going to have to go to uni. If they want to be an entrepreneur, then it probably is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Alright, last question. Emmanuel, here are some questions. How do you feel about pets? I've never seen or heard any reference to liking or having any pets.
Good observation.
Alright, pets. Well, we almost got a dog last year.
We did. I wasn't majorly, you know, for that idea.
In Zimbabwe,
Yeah, in Zimbabwe, dogs are just outside animals. They're just there as guard dogs and animals. Like, having a pet inside the house. So for me, having a pet inside the house is just a no-no, like no thanks. And if I ever did, because I don't mind dogs, I had a dog growing up, but it used to sleep outside. But if I did ever get a dog, I'd want a really cute, small dog.
Do you remember what dog we almost got? A Shepsky.
Yeah, a Shepsky.
A German Shepherd cross Husky. They're really nice because they look like a Husky, but they're like a guard dog as well. We do have. Well, what about Nate? I guess he's technically not ours, but he lives in one of our houses. Where my brother lives, he's like a massive dog. He literally looks like
a lion, he's so big.
Yeah, but when he comes round to our house, normally he's outside as a guard dog. I love dogs, I love animals. We had a guard dog, no, a guide dog. We trained, me and my family, way before, like when I was a kid, or a teenager, we trained a puppy called Eddie. And we trained him to be a guide dog for the blind, and he failed. He failed his tests and stuff, and then they asked us if we wanted to keep him, and we said yes. So we had him for about 10 years before he passed away, which was really sad. And we also trained other dogs that did pass and became guide dogs for the blind. So yeah, I really like dogs. I would happily have a dog, but I'm not really bothered either way. So if Amanda's not comfortable having a dog in the house, it's probably a bit, unless the dog was a dog that was meant to be outdoors. I think there's no point having a dog if it's just gonna be outdoors all the time.
Also, I just don't like the idea of having to like walk a dog, picking up poop. It's just not.
We've got 3 kids, so there's enough going on in this household.
Like nothing. It's like having a kid that never grows up. I think that's the thing. It's like with a child.
So harsh. That's so harsh.
It is. I mean, dogs are lovely. I like dogs, but it's like having a kid. When you go on holiday, you have to get a babysitter.
Russell's got 2 dogs, so I guess we've got access. We see them a lot. Although you tend to avoid.
Yeah,
Nate's like so big, really. He's massive.
Yeah, literally when he like jumps up, he's like the same height as me.
Also, I like cats, so we've kind of adopted a cat. There's a little black cat around the area.
It's always around.
But when I, coerce it into the house and give it some love, Amanda's like, oh!
Yeah, so, especially cats. Sorry, cat lovers.
Oh man.
If we were to ever get a pet, it'd be a dog. But I don't think we will.
Yeah, well. That's that.
Yeah.
So, if you've got questions, no matter how personal they are, put them in the comment below, whether it's about money, marriage, life, albeit, whatever. So, Mandy, before we close, I wanted to say final words of wisdom.
I always forget. I don't think I have any final words of wisdom today. Other than just, I guess, focus on the good.
Focus on the good.
Yeah.
And what you focus on expands. Be grateful. Stay blessed. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. And soon, one day, if Amanda has the time, she will actually turn this into a podcast and upload it onto iTunes and Spotify, which I'm sure will happen one day. Hey, thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye.